Did you know that one of the smartest, most durable, and most eye-catching roofs you can put on a tiny house costs a fraction of what most people spend, installs faster than a traditional gable, and has been quietly holding up barns, silos, and military bunkers for over 80 years? We are talking about curved and arched roofs made from corrugated metal panels or repurposed silo material. And in 2026, this design is having a serious moment in the tiny home world, for very good reason. If you have ever seen one of those swooping, dome-style tiny homes and wondered how it was built, what it costs, and whether you could actually do it yourself, then you are in exactly the right place. Stay with me to the very end of this video, because I'm going to break down the real numbers, the real challenges, and the real DIY possibilities that most builders never tell you about. This is the full picture, honest and data-backed, no hype. Before we jump in, if this kind of practical, no-hype tiny home content is what you are after, hit that subscribe button right now. We put out new videos every week covering affordable builds, smart design, and honest cost breakdowns. And drop a comment below. Have you ever considered a curved or arched roof for your own build? I want to hear from you. Alright, let us get into it. When most people think of a tiny house roof, they picture a simple gable or maybe a shed-style pitch. Both work great. But a curved or arched roof is something different entirely. It is structural art, and the materials used to achieve it, specifically corrugated metal panels and repurposed grain silo sheeting, are genuinely brilliant choices for small structure builds. Today we are covering 4 big areas: what these roof systems actually are and where they come from, why they work so well on tiny homes, the real verified costs in 2026, and what a DIY build actually looks like step by step. Let's start with the basics. A curved or arched roof follows a smooth arc instead of a peak or flat line. Think of an upside-down U or a gentle wave. On tiny homes, this can span the full width of the structure or serve as a partial accent over one section of the build. The shape is not just for looks. An arch is one of the strongest shapes in all of architecture. It distributes weight outward and downward along its curve, eliminating the need for internal supports or heavy ridge beams. That means more usable interior space and a lighter overall structure, both of which matter a great deal when you're building small. 2 main materials make this possible for tiny home builders in 2026. Option 1, corrugated metal panels. These are the ridged or wavy metal sheets you have probably seen on old barns and sheds. The corrugation pattern is what gives them their structural strength. The wavy profile increases tensile strength dramatically compared to a flat sheet of the same thickness. And because metal is naturally malleable, these panels can be pre-curved or field curved to create smooth arching roof lines without welding or complex framing. In 2026, corrugated panels will come in galvanized steel, Galvalume, aluminum, and pre-painted steel in dozens of colors. You can order them factory curved to your specified radius, or in some cases bend them on-site with a simple roller tool. Option 2, silo or grain bin material. This is where things get really interesting. Grain silos and bins are built from corrugated steel panels that are specifically engineered to form a curved, cylindrical structure. When those silos are decommissioned or replaced, their panels become available as salvage material at a fraction of new steel pricing. Builders have been repurposing these panels for decades, using them for everything from garden sheds to full residential homes. For a tiny house roof, curved silo panels can be stacked and overlapped to create a beautiful arch profile that is incredibly sturdy and surprisingly affordable. Pro tip for 2026. Many modern silos use G115 or G90 galvanized coatings, which are superior industrial-grade coatings compared to standard roofing steel. When you source salvage silo panels, you are often getting higher-grade steel for lower-grade prices. That is a genuine value that most people overlook entirely. There are 5 strong reasons why curved and arched roofs make a lot of sense, specifically for tiny home construction. Reason 1, structural efficiency. The arch distributes load beautifully without needing heavy rafters or ridge boards. On a tiny home where every pound of structural weight matters, especially if you're building on a trailer, this is a real advantage. Less framing weight means more weight budget for insulation, finishes, and living. Reason 2, headroom and loft space. One of the biggest complaints about tiny living is the feeling of being cramped. A curved roof naturally creates more volume at the center of the space. Instead of steeply pitched walls cutting into your headroom, the arch gives you a wider usable zone at full standing height. This matters enormously when you are working with 200 to 400 square feet of living space. Reason 3. Weather performance. The curved profile is exceptional at shedding water, ice, and snow. There are no flat valleys or complicated flashing points where water can pool and eventually find its way inside. Rain runs cleanly off the curve. Snow tends to slide naturally rather than accumulate, which is a major structural and maintenance advantage in cold climates. Corrugated metal panels resist wind speeds up to 140 miles per hour when properly installed. The arch shape also reduces wind load by allowing air to move around the structure rather than pressing flat against it. Reason 4. Energy efficiency. Metal roofing reflects solar radiant heat rather than absorbing it. That reflective quality can reduce your cooling costs by 10 to 25% compared to asphalt shingles in most climates. In 2026, Cool Roof certified Galvalume panels in high sun states like Arizona and Texas have shown cooling cost reductions of up to 40%. For a tiny home where your energy costs are already modest, that is a meaningful long-term advantage. The arch also creates a natural air gap between the metal surface and your interior ceiling, which helps with thermal performance when combined with proper insulation. Reason 5. Longevity. This is where metal roofing separates itself from everything else. Corrugated metal roofs last 40 to 70 years, depending on the material and coating. Galvanized steel gives you 40 to 50 years. Galvalume, which combines steel with an aluminum zinc alloy, extends up to 50 to 60 years. Aluminum in coastal environments can reach 60 to 70 years. Compare that to the 15 to 25-year lifespan of a standard asphalt shingle roof, and the economics are stark. You may install a corrugated metal roof once and never need to replace it. Alright, let us talk numbers. These figures reflect the verified 2026 market, and I want to be precise because outdated pricing can seriously hurt your budget planning. Corrugated metal panels. Installed cost. For standard corrugated metal panels, the 2026 national average for galvanized steel, specifically R panel or 7/8 inch corrugated, runs between $5 and $12 per square foot installed. Material only for 26 gauge steel is hovering around $1.50 to $4.00 per square foot before installation labor. Galvalume panels, which offer superior corrosion resistance and heat reflectivity, run approximately $6 to $13 per square foot installed. The premium over galvanized steel is real but modest, and for most tiny home applications the performance difference justifies the gap. For a typical tiny home roof surface of 300 to 500 square feet, panel materials alone can run roughly $450 to $2,000. Installation labor adds significantly on top of that if you are not doing it yourself. Quonset-style arch kits. For a complete arch structure in kit form, a 20 by 30 Quonset package, which gives you 600 square feet and is a very workable tiny home footprint, currently retails between $12,000 and $15,000 for the shell. High volume and bulk buyers often see this drop to the $10,000 mark for the shell only. More than 75% of Quonset kit buyers assemble their structures themselves, which cuts project costs by 20 to 30% compared to hiring a contractor for the full build. Salvage silo panels. The budget option. Decommissioned grain bin and silo panels can be sourced for as little as $0.50 to $2.00 per square foot in rural markets where grain operations are common. You will need to factor in transportation, surface inspection, and additional sealing, but the raw material savings can be dramatic. And as I mentioned earlier, those salvage panels often carry industrial-grade G90 or G115 coatings, making this one of the best value plays in DIY tiny home roofing right now. Insulation cost update for 2026. Spray foam costs have shifted. Closed-cell spray foam, which is the preferred choice for metal roof applications because it acts as both insulation and a vapor barrier, is currently averaging $2.00 to $5.00 per square foot for a standard 2-inch thickness. For a complete tiny home insulation job, The total installed cost typically lands between $3,000 and $6,000 when you factor in full roof coverage. Fiberglass bat insulation remains an option at lower upfront cost, but for a curved metal roof where vapor management and thermal bridging are real concerns, closed-cell spray foam is the more reliable long-term choice. An honest caveat: steel prices continue to respond to global supply and demand. The ranges shared here are solid 2026 reference points, but always get current quotes from local suppliers before finalizing your budget. Your actual numbers will depend on your location, project size, and market conditions at the time of your build. This is the section I really want you to pay close attention to, because there's a right way and a wrong way to approach a curved roof build. Step 1. Design and engineering. Before you touch a single panel, you need a plan. Curved roofs require a defined radius, and that radius determines your framing, your panel specifications, and your structural load calculations. If you're using a Quonset kit, the engineering is done for you. If you are custom designing a curved roof over a traditionally framed tiny home, you either need to work with a structural engineer or use an established design template with a stamped approval. Do not skip this step. The arch is exceptionally strong, but only when it is correctly proportioned and anchored. In 2026, most jurisdictions following the IRC 2021 or IRC 2024 building code, including the Appendix Q provisions that govern many tiny homes, require engineer-stamped drawings for unconventional roof structures. Getting that stamp early saves you from expensive redesigns later and adds credibility and authority to your build documentation. Step 2. Foundation and base frame. Your curved roof needs a solid base to attach to. For a tiny home on a trailer, this means a robust steel chassis with properly engineered wall plates. For a ground-level build, a concrete perimeter foundation or full slab is standard. The arch panels transmit their load outward at the base, so those connection points need to be rated correctly for your local wind and snow loads. Step 3. Panel curving. If you are not using pre-curved panels, field forming happens at this stage. A metal roller or slip roller bends flat corrugated panels to your desired radius. This can be done on-site with rented equipment. The key is consistency. Each panel needs to match the same curve, so your roofline is smooth and uniform. Pre-curved panels ordered from a manufacturer eliminate this step, but add to material and freight costs, since curved panels take up significantly more shipping space than flat ones. Step 4. Panel installation. Panels are installed in overlapping rows, starting from the bottom of the arch and working toward the peak. Each panel overlaps the one below by 1 to 2 corrugations to ensure a watertight seam. Fasteners go through the high points of the corrugation, not the valleys, to minimize leak risk. Every fastener needs an EPDM rubber washer at the penetration point. These washers are your front line against water intrusion and should be inspected every 15 to 20 years as part of routine maintenance. Step 5. Sealing and flashing. Seams, edges, and any penetrations for vents, skylights, or chimney pipes need proper flashing and sealant. Butyl tape and metal-compatible caulk are your core materials here. Take your time with this step. The curved profile keeps water runoff clean, but any penetrations need the same careful treatment you would give on any other quality roofing system. Step 6. Insulation. Corrugated metal on its own provides essentially no insulation value. You need insulation beneath the panels, and for a curved metal roof, the choice matters more than people realize. Closed-cell spray foam at $2 to $5 per square foot installed is the preferred option. It bonds directly to the curved metal interior surface, fills every gap, acts as a vapor barrier, and turns the whole roof assembly into a continuous thermal shell. For a tiny home where temperature control and moisture management are priorities, this investment pays back over time in energy savings and reduced maintenance. Fiberglass bat is less expensive up front, but requires very careful vapor management with metal roofing, and does not conform as cleanly to a curved surface. If the budget requires it, it can work, but plan for additional air sealing labor. Snow load and snow guards. The smooth curved surface is excellent at shedding snow, but that also means when snow releases, it comes off fast. In 2026, local codes in the Pacific Northwest, the Northeast, and other high snowfall regions increasingly require snow guards on metal roofs that overhang walkways, driveways, or entries to prevent what is sometimes called a roof avalanche. If people or vehicles pass near your tiny home in winter, snow guards are not optional. Build them into your plan and budget from the start. Noise. Metal roofs are noisier than asphalt shingles during heavy rain. Some people find this deeply satisfying. Others find it disruptive to sleep or work. Proper insulation, particularly closed-cell spray foam applied directly to the metal interior, significantly reduces sound transmission. If noise sensitivity is a concern, factor that insulation mass into your build from day one rather than trying to solve it afterward. Permitting and code compliance. Curved and arched roofs are not always covered by standard residential building codes. Depending on your jurisdiction, you may need engineer-stamped drawings and specific panel system certifications. Reference Appendix Q of the IRC 2021 or 2024 when talking with your local building department, as this appendix specifically governs tiny homes and loft structures. Acknowledging that your build will carry a structural engineer stamp signals to inspectors that you are building to code and adds real authority to your project. Aesthetics and resale. Curved roofs are distinctive. That is part of the appeal, but distinctiveness can be polarizing in some real estate markets. If your tiny home is going on a foundation as a permanent dwelling, think about how the roofline interacts with your neighborhood context and long-term plans. If it is on a trailer as a vacation rental or mobile home, the unique look is often a genuine selling and marketing advantage. Galvanized steel corrugated panels. Installed cost: $5 to $12 per square foot. Lifespan: 40 to 50 years. Best for budget builds and inland locations. Limitation: can develop white rust in coastal or high humidity environments. Galvalume corrugated panels. Installed cost: $6 to $13 per square foot. Lifespan: 50 to 60 years. The recommended all-around choice for most tiny home applications in 2026. Benefit: superior heat reflectivity and corrosion resistance over standard galvanized steel. In high sun climates, certified Galvalume can cut cooling costs by up to 40%. Aluminum corrugated panels. Higher upfront cost. Lifespan: 60 to 70 years in coastal environments. Best for oceanfront or high humidity locations. Naturally rust-proof. Note: softer than steel and more susceptible to denting from impact, so consider your environment carefully. Salvage silo steel. Raw cost: $0.50 to $2.00 per square foot, depending on regional availability. Lifespan: dependent on the condition and existing coating of the source material. Best for resourceful builders with access to rural salvage markets. Key advantage: salvage silo panels often carry G90 or G115 industrial-grade galvanized coatings, making them a better-than-standard product at a below-market price. Verified 2026 cost comparison. Galvanized steel installed: $3 to $7 per square feet, $5 to $12 per square feet. National average for our panel, or 7 out of 8 corrugated. Galvalume installed: $4 to $8 per square feet, $6 to $13 per square feet. Superior corrosion resistance and heat reflectivity. Quonset kit: 600 square feet shell, $12,000 to $18,000, $12,000 to $15,000. High volume sales can bring this to $10,000. Spray foam, closed cell installed: $5 to $12 per square feet, $2 to $5 per square feet. Standard 2-inch closed cell layer. Full tiny home job is $3,000 to $6,000. Here is the bottom line on curved and arched roofs for tiny homes. This is not a gimmick, and it is not a trend. It is a proven building approach that has been keeping structures weather-tight for generations, and is now showing up in some of the most creative and affordable tiny homes being built today. The corrugated metal panels and silo material that make these roofs possible are durable, cost-effective, DIY-friendly, and genuinely beautiful in a raw, honest way. The arch shape gives you structural efficiency, headroom, and weather performance that a standard gabled roof cannot match at the same price point. In 2026, with housing costs still pressing hard on people who want to build smart and live on their own terms, this kind of thinking, using honest materials, proven shapes, and a little resourcefulness, is exactly what the tiny home movement is about. If you're planning a build, I want to hear about it. Drop your questions in the comments. Share this video with someone who is thinking about going tiny. And check the other videos on this channel for more honest, data-driven tiny home content.